Good evening, church family. It is a balmy 101 degrees with a heat index of 115. I am looking so forward, as I know everybody is, to fall and that first little cool front coming through the trees. And the good thing that we know is that God has ordained the changing of the season. So that right now, though it may seem like it's so far away, a galaxy so far away, for a Star Wars reference there, Roger Dale, it's coming. And we're going to have fall. So hold on tight and pray for it to come quickly. Just want to give you a couple of things. What's going on. Last night I had the privilege of being at a campaign event for Kelly Hennessy, who's running for District 64, which is the district here that I live in. It comprises both Central and parts of Livingston as well. I was able to do the closing prayer in a packed room and remind folks about Romans 13 that states that God is sovereign over who he ordains and puts into government. So just a wonderful opportunity to be an ambassador for Christ in that situation. You know, people have asked, why all of a sudden are you getting involved in politics? Well, I think it's time, as we've discussed this, for the church to step up and to have a voice for Christ Church in the public arena. And so that's why I've engaged myself in this way and trying to find the best candidates possible to support that hold to biblical values, especially in the areas of the moral and the social issues. And for those of you who don't know, we talked about this Wednesday night. I have the blessing of a new schedule with Baton Rouge Industries. We're switching to 410s. I'm going to work Monday through Thursday from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I'm going to have Fridays off to have a complete church work day with sermon prep, meeting with people. It's so great. And so the very first Friday is this Friday, and I'm going to be meeting with Jamie Pope, who is running for District 65 here in Central. It's also part of Livingston. It's weird how they have the lines drawn, but our church is right on the borderline at Hooper Road of 64 and 65. So Jamie comes recommended to me from Valerie Hodges, who I also saw and met with last night. Again, I'm going to meet with Valerie. I'm going to meet with Jamie Friday morning. And then Valerie also, I'll be at an event for her on August the 29th. And she asked me to ask folks if any of you are interested in supporting her by way of volunteering for her campaign. They're doing things like canvassing neighborhoods. If you live in Livingston, because that Senate district is mostly Livingston Parish, and you know anybody who wants a sign in their yard, please contact me. She's in a very hard fought campaign. She needs our prayers and she needs our support. Also want to remind you, I've got my list here that our air conditioner is down in the back part of the church in the Sunday school rooms. The worship service should be nice and cool. We're going to cool that down early, but we won't have Sunday school for kids. We will for adults, Sunday school and church, but not for kids in the back. And thankfully, the building owners are going to pay to have the air conditioner fixed, but it won't be until Monday. And so come prepared for that. Tomorrow, we're doing t-shirts, Providence Baptist t-shirts, $20. You can get with Tracy. If you got any questions about that, you can pay tomorrow, or if next week you want to pay, you can do that as well. Also, the Central Community Assistance Program, we're collecting money all month for that. If you haven't done that yet and you still want to, there's time throughout the rest of this month. We're going to present one check to them. And remember, that's for the school clothes and for the uniforms and things like that. Also, I had told you about the library, me wanting to do a pastor's storytime library, and I got the idea that, if the people we're supporting get elected, we have 2 representatives for the state's House of Representatives in Central. If the ones that we're supporting get elected, I sure would like to get the support of 2 state reps and the mayor, if possible, before we do the library thing. I think that would be great. It would plant a flag for Christ Church here in Central, for our kids, and for the library. So I want to wait until after the election for that. And also with the new schedule and kind of everything that's happening and going on, I've kind of developed a plan for sermons. Right now I have to the side an old sermon from John, the very next text in John the Baptist last Sunday. It's ready to go. I'm working on the next text in Colossians. If I finish that tonight, we'll do that tomorrow. If I don't get it completely finished tonight, we'll do John tomorrow. And that's kind of the way that I want to work it. I think it'll work best for me. And so one way or another, we're going to have preaching tomorrow, expositional preaching. And I look forward to being with you. Don't forget the Sunday school is great. We've had great attendance. It's Romans with Dr. Steve Lawson, 9:45 a.m. with discussion afterwards. We're really learning a lot from that verse-by-verse study about the book of Romans. And then our worship service at 10:45. I look very forward to seeing you there. Good night and have a great Saturday evening.